What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full in-depth guide and masterclass on one of my favorite leaders, Green Purple Luffy from EB02. Before we get into it, I just want to say, if you've been enjoying the content I've been putting out, or if this is the first time finding the channel and this video helps you out, please consider subscribing, because it really does help support the channel and motivates me to make more guides like this in the future. Also, if you want updates on deck lists, tournament results, or extra content outside of YouTube, make sure to follow me on X at WazyTheGoat for more exclusive posts. Alright, with that being said, let's get into the guide. Alright guys, let's get into the deck list for Green Purple Luffy in OP15. What I do want to preface before we get into the deck list that I chose to run for this, there is no correct deck list. A lot of people do switch out a lot of cards. Like, some people do not run this promo Robin at all. They run more stages. Some people don't run DMG, they run more Brooks. Some people don't run the double attack Luffys, they run the rush Luffys. Some people run more of these Nami, some people run less. But typically you're gonna have some sort of variation of the card that I have in my deck list that I run. None of them are going to be perfect. This is the one that I just think works best for me. I was running a little bit of a different deck list for my sword championships that I was going to earlier, but I figured that I kind of want to have something that's a little bit better into rogue decks, because there's some people still running decks like Emu or Red Black Kobe or stuff that can still KO, and the stage isn't going to be enough to protect it. So I did throw in 2 of the promo Robins, but I just wanted to preface that there is no really correct deck list. It's just whatever you find the best. I think this one works the best for me, so this is what I'm going to be doing a deck list on. Starting with the leader, we got Green Purple Luffy from EB02. Activate main once per turn, Dawn -2. If you only have Straw Hat Crew type characters in play, which this deck only runs Straw Hat characters, set up to 2 of your rested Dawn cards as active, and then this leader gets plus 1000 power until the end of the opponent's turn. So you're going to be able to restand Dawn that you've already used. And then you're also going to become a 6k leader. So very, very good ability. Really works well with Sanji Puddings on the field, because the Sanji Puddings will allow you to get back the Dawn that you minus when you use your leader ability, and then it also restands more Dawn. You'll be able to get all of your Dawn back by the end of the turn if you have like multiple Sanji Puddings on the field. So very strong deck if you can get your pieces to work out. But let's start with the searchers. We run 4 of these green Namis. Just looks on play top 5 for Straw Hat Crew characters other than Nami. We also run the purple ones from PRBO2. It does the exact same thing. This one's 2 costs because it also has a trigger where you can play the card out, but it's the same thing. You can look for a Straw Hat Crew type card other than Nami. So those are your 2 puny searchers. Your other searcher you're going to have is your 4 cost Zorojuro. This one looks for only purple Straw Hat Crew type cards, so you can whiff and you can bottom deck a lot of crucial cards like Electrical Luna in some matchups, or double attack Luffy, or your 4 cost Nami. If you've searched and you've seen almost all your purple cards, playing a Zorojuro, you might whiff all the cards that are needed in the matchup. Those are pretty much all your searchers that you have in the deck. I do run 2 of these promo Robins. These just help with KO protection. I was running before just 2 copies of Stage, because Stage will buff your characters like Sanji Pudding and Rush Luffy and Double Attack Luffy. It'll buff them to like a 7 or 8 cost, which most of the time the decks in the current format don't have KO abilities for stuff that's that high of a cost, but there are still rogue decks that are running around that do KO your stuff. So I did tech in 2 of these Robins. Completely fine if you don't think that this is a card that you either have in your collection that you want to throw into the deck, or if you think that the stage works out better for you. I am running 2 of these Namis. I want to run more of these because they aren't searchable. So you can't search them with your Namis, and you can't search them with your Zorojuro because it's a green card. But I feel like a good Green Purple Luffy player won't really need to rely on your Namis to rest. Yes, it will come in clutch when they have multiple blockers on the field and you want to go for lethal or something like that, but I feel like there's just better lines that you can take for them to do it for free. You can just wait till they swing, or if they have blockers that you want to freeze, like in Lucy, you can just swing until they're forced to block, and then you can do the Luna. So I don't think it's super necessary to run 3 or 4 of these. So I did cut it down to 2. Again, this deck list is just what I like. You could buff these to 3, 4 even if you wanted to, but I just run them at 2. Then I'm running 2 of these PRB2 Luffys. These just help you gain a lot of tempo on your opponent. If you're playing into a decks like Lucy, Penel, like Mihawk or something like that, you can place this card down one they're at 7 Dawn or less, and on their following turn they're going to have to rest a Dawn on the start of their turn, and they won't be able to play a certain card out that would help them really heavily. Like if you're playing into Lucy and you play this when they're at 5 Dawn and they're going into 7, they're going to have to rest one at the start of their turn, and they won't be able to play a Sabo on curve, and them not playing a Sabo on 7 Dawn is really hard to come back from in the Lucy matchup. If you play into Mihawk and you play this on 7, they won't be able to play one of their Mihawk secrets on 9, and then you have a lot of tempo there. Playing into a Nell, they'll always be under 7 Dawn, so you'll always be able to play this out, and the only way they'll be able to play a secret Enel out is if they leader ability early, which kind of throws off their game plan. So 2 of these is a really good tech that I threw into the deck. A lot of people are running these as well. You could buff this to 3, 4, whatever you want to do. I run these at 2. Next, we got 1 double attack Luffy. I think you could run 2 of these and 1 of these, or 3 of these, 0 of these, 3 of these, 0 of these. I do the 2 in 1 split. I think that the rush Luffy is always going to be good because it has their rush effect. Cards like this double attack Luffy, it'll be good in some matchups where they have a little bit of a beefier board, like RG Luffy or something like that, and it's really hard to deal damage to them, so going double attack is really good. But I think the 2-1 split between the rush Luffy and the double attack Luffy works best for me because more often than not, I think this card works better for going for lethal or going for tempo plays where you need a rush character on the field. That's just the split I do. I run 1 of this Brook. I was running 2 before with no DMG. This Brook is really, really nice. It rests any card, so you can rest 10 cost Newgates if you're running into Ace. You can rest blockers, you can rest Dawn if they have a Dawn up, and then you can trash the character and restand one of your other cards. If you already have this character on the field, you can swing with it, then trash it, then restand another character. Very, very, very good card for going for lethal. So I do run at least 1 of these. I wanted to put 2 in, but I actually took 1 out to put DMG because decks like RG Luffy or GP Luffy mirror matchups where they have Dawn that they leave up at the end of the turn, I think DMG is kind of more important because you're able to rest 2 of their cards. So you can rest 2 of their Dawn. So I think this is a little bit better of a tech for decks like that. Then we run for a 2Ks, we run 4 Uso Hachis. It's just something that you can rest their 5 cost blockers and go for game with. It's just a 2K that's searchable. You know, if you're a purple Straw Hat leader, you're most likely going to just be running 4 of these as your 2Ks. The Sanji Puddings obviously have to run 4 of these. This is the heart of your deck. Without these, you pretty much lose your games most of the time because you won't be able to leader ability without losing Dawn if you don't have the Sanji Puddings on the field. You'll be de-ramping yourself. So you do want to run 4 of these. This is like non-negotiable. You also run 4 of these Sanji blockers as my other set of 2Ks. This actually is a very, very good card with your leader because most of the time you will be able to de-ramp yourself to 2 less Dawn than your opponent will have. And then the ability kicks in with the Sanji and it will get -3 cost. So in very, very tragic situations where you need a blocker, you'll be able to block her for 3 costs instead of 6. Or if you have 2 of these in your hand, you could play out 2 blockers for 6 Dawn, restand your Dawn, get your Dawn back, and then you might be able to survive 1 more turn. And then if not, it's just a 2K that you can use. For your stall cards, I run 3 of these I Know You're Stronger events and then 3 of these Electrical Luna events. Very necessary in this current meta. It's like your savior into a lot of decks. Playing this into Lucy, you can just rest their entire board. Playing this into Penel, if they don't have their +2 cost event, you can rest their entire board. Playing this into RG Luffy, you can rest their entire board. Like, there's just so many different situations where this can come up. It's even good into Nami. This is basically a mini Luna, but it gives you +3k power. And, you know, GP Luffy loves the events because you can restand on. So very, very good card in GP Luffy as well. I run 4 Mamaragons. This card just helps you cycle, and a lot of the time you're going to be able to de-ramp yourself to stay within that 6 Dawn range. And this is basically a free 1K and helps you draw cards. So I really do like playing 4 of these because you'll be able to be way more consistent and find the cards that you need, like Sanji Puddings or Nico Robins when you need them in the KO type games. So I do run 4 of these Mamaragons. You just have so much consistency with Mamaragon. 4 Gum Gum Giants. Yeah, there's no way you're not running Gum Gum Giant in this deck. And then I do still run 1 stage, even though I put the Nico Robins in, because yes, you can protect your characters with the Nico Robin, so you don't really need the stage, but when you're playing into the mirror matchup or into RG Luffy or even Mihawk or Zoro or any green deck that runs Electrical Luna, this stage will be able to buff your characters that are 6 cost to 8. So you'll have a double attack Luffy on the field or a rush Luffy on the field that's 6 cost, and you'll be able to actually keep him from being frozen with Luna. And it also just cycles a card. And then if you were to not see your Nico Robins early in the game and you can find a stage, that can also save you in some matchups. So I do tech 1 of these in, and that's pretty much the deck list as a whole. I'm still kind of working on it, so this might change. If you see me running a different deck list, it's not because this deck list is good or bad. I just changing the ratios up a little bit, trying new cards out. It's the player that makes the deck. You're not going to be way better or way worse playing a certain deck. You switching these out for stages or you playing no DMG and an extra Brook isn't going to make or break you as a player. This is just the deck list that I found out works the best for me. You should do your own testing to find out out your own deck list. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck list as a whole. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, here we are on the Cardi Kaizoku website to check out the matchups that you have between Green Purple Luffy and the current meta of OP15. I just wanted to briefly go over this just so you know what you are slightly favored into or slightly not favored into, just so you have a kind of a good idea of what decks you want to watch out for. Starting with Purple Penel, yeah, this deck is really hard for Green Purple Luffy to win, but it is not unwinnable. If you play perfect game and you wait for them to mess up, you can definitely beat Purple Penel. If you can time your Lunas right, or if you can get your double attack Luffys to stand, it's very, very winnable into Purple Penel. Not favored though. Unlucky that the best deck in the format we are not great into, but it is a winnable matchup if you know your stuff. With Blue Yellow Nami over here, it does say we're unfavored, but I've noticed that if you go second and you can get a stage or a Robin on the field to protect your stuff from their Zeus, all you just need to do is make sure you get your Sanji Puddings and your Golden. They're gonna have to play out stuff that are 7 costs, and then you'll be able to freeze those, be able to get a double attack Luffy or rush Luffy on the field, and you can just go aggro into them, get their life down. You can even starve them. There's so many different plays you can play into UI Nami. It's really not that bad of a matchup. What's really unlucky for you is that they do run the Thriller Bark package more likely than not, and they do have the Piranhas that are able to stun. They can freeze 6 costs from attacking, so it is really hard to play into a UI Nami that can continuously trigger stuff like that. But as long as you're not getting like completely low rolled, I think it is a very winnable matchup into UI Nami. But it is a deck that you do want to watch out for because they can trigger you to hell and you will lose. Here we are into Red Blue Lucy. We are actually favored. Going first is pretty much even, it's 50%. But if we take second from Lucy, it's very, very favored towards us. Lucy is really bad into Electrical Luna because all of their cards are 7 cost or lower. And then for them to be able to KO your stuff, they're gonna have to trash 2 cards from your hand. So it's not even that crazy if you don't find your Robins or your stage early in the game, because for them to KO your Sanji Puddings, for them to trash 2 cards, it's kind of like not as valuable for them to do that. So it's really, really good for Green Purple Luffy to see Lucy. Same with Yellow Luffy over here. Sky Luffy is very good for you because they run nothing really tall other than the 10 cost Penel, and by the time they need to play a 10 cost Penel in the field, they'll probably have 1 life, and you'll have a full board set up where you can play a Rush Luffy and restand and win game. So really easy for you to play into Yellow Luffy. The tech with Yellow Luffy here is you just want to swing into their life. Don't swing into their characters. They'll be able to protect their characters with less cards from hand, or they'll just be able to take the life regardless anyway. Keep swinging life and play really aggro into Yellow Luffy. Get your Lunas and freeze their board, and it's a pretty much guaranteed win. Ace is a pretty hard matchup because they do go really tall, and now with the new Zoro that they can buff their leader to an 8k, and they'll just have so many resources to stay healthy. I think the best thing you could do in this matchup is you just have to get a Rush Luffy on the field, make it stick. Don't swing with it if you know it's going to die on the next turn, and you're going to just try to find a Brook or a DMG so that when they stack their new gates, you can just play a Brook out, rest it, or your DMG and rest it, and just try to go really, really tall and go for lethal. It is really hard to beat Red Blue Ace. Some people are even teching in Gum Gum Pistol to get plus 6k towards a Straw Hat. That way it's easier to go towards these taller decks. I haven't really tested that too much, but it's not completely losable. If you can take second from Ace and you can find all the cards that rest their stuff, you should be okay, but it's not that great of a matchup. GP Luffy, pretty much even. Going first or second, it doesn't really matter. It's just whoever's the better player can really win this matchup. So learn your mirror matchups and you'll be okay. RG Luffy, I'm actually happy that we have a deck that's favored into RG Luffy. It's really not too favored. It's pretty much even into RG Luffy, but I really, really do not like this deck. This deck has just gotten so strong. They have the Red Zoro that can buff into a 7k leader, and then they can get 5 Dawn restood at the end of their turn and have 10k worth of free counter, and it's just so hard to actually do damage to this leader. But the good thing is you have Lunas, and Lunas are really good into this deck. So if you can just cycle your Lunas more than they can, or you can get a double attack Luffy on the field and you can get it to hit at the right time, it's really easy to destroy this Luffy. And then another thing you have to remember is when they're running the Charleston events, they can't Charleston and leader ability in the same turn. So more than likely than not, it's just really good to swing either 7k or really tall. You don't want to swing 9s because that's just giving them value for Charleston. If you know how to beat the RG Luffy matchup, it's pretty straightforward. Mihawk, favored into Mihawk. I think that's basically because of the freeze Luffy that you play that can stop them from playing a Shanks on 7 or a Mihawk on 9. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's pretty hard to beat Mihawk without that card, because they'll just be able to build up a wall with their 9-cost Mihawk and then Law and Beppo, and then they'll just be able to outlast you and they'll be able to win. But from my testing, as long as you see that Luffy and you play it on 7 and they can't get a Mihawk out, or if you see like 3 or 4 Sanji puddings, then it's pretty free as well. But other than that, it's not as favored as it looks here from my testing at least. So you do still need to be careful about the green Mihawk matchup. Black Yellow Gecko Moria, your favorite going second, unfavored going first, so it's a very dice roll dependent matchup. It's just trigger heavy deck. Gotta watch out for those Peronas that can freeze one of your 6Ks. You know, you just gotta watch out for the triggers, swing at the right times, and you should be okay. Black Crocodile, favored in Black Crocodile. Yeah, they're just too aggressive for them. There's really not much they can do about it. Red Yellow Bonnie. This deck is a little hard to play into because they can go so tall and become a 9K leader, and then they can also get big bodies on the field like the 10-cost Luffy secret blockers. But I don't see too many of these Red Yellow Bonnies going around, so as long as you're like dodging these, you should be okay. And even if you don't dodge them, if you can get a Brook in your hand, I would keep the Brook, because Brook, you could just freeze their 10-cost blocker, and then when you get a body on the field like a Rush Leaf or something like that, you can just go really tall, swing, restand, then trash your Brook, swing again, and potentially have lethal. So GP Luffy, it really is versatile. You can play into a lot of these tall decks with the Brook card because it just helps you go for lethal. So I really do think that there's no matchup that is super unwinnable for Green Purple Luffy, which is what I really like. If you're a good Green Purple Luffy player and you know what to look for and how to play against all these decks, you do have some sort of out, which is why I kind of chose this deck. But yeah, it's not really too favored into the Red Yellow Bonnie. Moving on to Marshall D. Teach matchup, it is very favored for you because your on-play effects aren't really too crazy. It's more of your Sanji puddings, which are just an activate main type thing. So it doesn't really matter if they black hole you, because if you get your Sanji puddings on the field, they'll work regardless. So pretty good matchup into Blackbird. And Zoro is like pretty much even. You just need to be able to protect your Sanji puddings from their Tashigis. When they rest your Sanji puddings and swing into them, you just have to make sure you can protect them, and you're pretty much golden into Zoro. And then Yellow Enel, yeah, you're just going to have a wide board, and you're just going to have to swing a lot in one turn and get game. So that's pretty much the matchup spread for the OP15 meta. Again, yeah, you're not going to be too good into Purple Enel, UI, Nami, or Ace, but you do have outs into every single one of these. For Purple Enel, it's going to be your Electrical Lunas. For UI Nami, it's just going to be your Electrical Lunas as well as your Rush Luffy, your Double Attack Luffy, just going really aggro, going for game. And then in Ace, it's going to be your Brook or your DMG to rest their 10-cost blockers. Got a good gist of what you're looking out for in this current meta? We'll move on. Okay, so getting into the curve, I think the most important thing to point out is that you're more likely than not going to want to go second rather than first. The only time I would say it would benefit you to take first in this current meta of OP15 would be if you're facing Purple Enel. And we can get into that curve later, but assuming you go second, on your turn 1 play when you have 2 Dawn, you're going to want to play out your Searchers or your Stage. Going on to turn 2 when you have 4 Dawn, most of the time you're going to want to play out Zoro Juro. If the matchup calls for it, playing out like a Robin in order to protect your characters from decks that would be able to KO you, that would be also another twist you could play on turn 2. And then if you didn't have either of those, then just searching for more stuff with your other Searchers. Turn 3 when you're at 6 Dawn, almost always you're just going to want to place your Sanji pudding down on the field. This card is the heart of your deck, and the sooner you get it out on the field and working, the more value you can get in the game. And then turn 4 and onwards, it's just going to be a game dependent turn of events. It's probably in your best interest to just keep stacking Sanji puddings on the field while trying to find some counter or stall cards like Luna for endgame. Obviously there are going to be times where you want to play super aggressive and play out a Rush Luffy or like a 4-cost Nami and swing into cards to give them value and tempo. But there's so many different choices that you can make with this deck, which is kind of the reason this deck has a really high skill gap. And unfortunately, I can't go over every single line, but the more you play this leader, the more you will understand what the correct play per turn is. Build your board with Sanji puddings, and then you're gonna either try to outlast your opponent with counter or stall cards like Luna or I Know You're Stronger events, or you're gonna try to outpace your opponent and just swing really aggressively. You're gonna have to kind of figure out what the game plan is after you get your board set up, but that's pretty much the gist of the curve. But circling back to if you go first, it's pretty much the same thing as if you're on your even Dawn curve where you play out your Searcher or Stage on turn 1, and on turn 2, you know, play out some more Searches or your Stage or something to help protect your KOs. But on turn 3, instead of playing Sanji pudding out as early as possible, sometimes it is in your best interest to play out Zoro Juro as your body in order to play out a double Sanji pudding on the following turn. This is also pretty leader and game state dependent for when you want to do that, but the benefit of doing this for leaders who can KO or rest your Sanji Pudding and swing into it is playing 2 out on the following turn significantly increases your chances that you can at least keep 1 on the field and you don't lose tempo, because you need Sanji Puddings on your field. If you were to play him out on 5 and he were to rest it and swing really big into it and you can't save it, or if you don't have KO protection, you play out Sanji Pudding on 5, and they're able to KO your Sanji Pudding, you just lose so much tempo and it's pretty hard to recover, especially if you can't find Sanji Puddings later in the game. This actually was the misplay that lost me a game against Purple Penel in a store championship and ultimately led me to bubbling out and not getting top 4. I got 6th place, so don't be like me and think your future turns out. But that's pretty much the curve as a whole. It's pretty straightforward. You're just going to want to get your Sanji Puddings out. And before that, you're just going to want to search for stuff that's crucial in your matchup. But I can't really get into like all the specifics because there's so many different lines that you can take with Green Purple Luffy. But now that we've gone over what the kind of the curve you want to go for is, I think it's better we just get into some games so you can see how this deck is played out. Okay, here we are into Nami. This is a losing matchup for GP Luffy, but let's see if we can cook. Try to win here. We do want to take second, so hopefully this Nami chooses first. Great. Okay, now with us going second, we have a turn 1 play and a turn 2 play. Hopefully we can find Sanji Puddings before then, so we're going to keep this. Okay, these Namis are okay in this matchup. They're not great, so... I think I do want to play out a Robin, just in case they have Zeus and they can KO your Sanji Puddings. We'll take this. But I do want to see if I can find a Sanji Pudding. But Robin here on 4 is probably going to be the play. 7 will take. Okay, we do find a Sanji Pudding. Yeah, so now we definitely play a Robin out. That way we can play it on the next turn. So we'll just swing 5 here. And then the Robin. Okay, he's already setting up his trash with Thriller Bark. So if he triggers anything from life, he's healing. He's going to swing another 7. We'll take this one as well. Okay, another Sanji Pudding. This is nice. Okay, at this point, I could even just Zoro Juro and then double Sanji Pudding on the next play. But because I have the Robin up, I think it's just more worth it to play it now, get it out early, so we can get continuous value. We need to leave one up, so we can't play this. I could play this Nami and then try to get rid of his girl. That might be a play. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to go 6 here. Then we're going to go Nami. We're going to rest these 2. And then we'll just swing 2 into 0. And at the end of the turn, we'll restand. Pass. Plays out another girl. Trashes a card. 6 will give a 1k. He's gonna swing 7, we'll give it 2k. Okay, and then plays out a Hogback. Okay, now we can just start stacking Sanji Puddings. This is exactly what we need to beat the Namis. If we can get Sanji Puddings on the field, it's pretty good for us. Play this out. Draw a card. We need the 1 for the Robin. Actually, at this point, it might not even be necessary. Because, if he wants to play out a Zeus, it's a 2k from his 3 cards he has in hand, and he takes a life. But the only reason I say I wouldn't do that is because he can just leader ability, so there's no point of not using the Dawn here. I guess we just go 6, see the leader abilities. Or we can go into this. And we'll go into there. And then we could go 5, 7. Yeah, we'll do that. I think this is low-key a better play. I think this is fine. Because now if he wants to play out Zeus and take a life, that's fine. Yep. I can't even use it though, so it's okay. Oh, he's going for the blocker. He didn't even go for the Sanji Pudding. Went for the blocker Nami. Oh, okay. I see that. I see what he's trying to do here. It's fine by me though. He's gonna swing into this, isn't he? Oh no, he's not. Is he a 7? No, he's way more. This is useless. Do we give him another one or do we take this? I think we take this. No trigger, we don't need it. Okay, we can even Nami and then he has nothing. 2 Sanji puddings on the field is still great. I guess we just Zoro Juro, try to build a board again. Take this just for lethal. Leader ability. Gain the 2 back. Okay, now we could Nami and then Luna. We don't even need a Luna though. This guy has like no big characters here. We have enough counter to survive. Maybe we just establish this. Yeah, I'm not really worried about another Zeus because he'll have no counter in hand if he does that. So we'll start with a 5. He might trigger like a Perona or something, and then our Sanji puddings are going to be kind of worthless. So we'll start with a 7 here and not swing with our leader. Okay, so he's going for the counter as well. Go 7 again. Now he takes. Go 7 again. Counters, and then we'll go 6. We'll go 7 again. No action. Takes. Okay, so he needs to win on this turn or he's dead. Because he has 3 cards in hand and 1 life. I have 2k, 1k, 1k, and a Gum Gum. Okay, that's fine. Just triggered the Perona so that he can get another swing in. I think I'll be fine though. Starting with a 6, we'll just give a 1. Going 6 again, I'll give him 1. Going 8. So what is he gonna put here? 6 on 5 is 11. We can get out of 11. We have this to 10 plus, so we just take this. We can get out of 11. Get rid of this. Oh shoot, 11, 13, oops. GG's, that's how you beat Nami. See, the Robin is actually good here because he probably had the Zeus earlier in the turn. He probably had this way earlier, and because we had the Robin out, he wasn't able to do anything. And then I even called out the play that he'd probably do the Zeus on the next turn if I attached the Dawn to the Robin. But I was already okay with it at that point because he had 3 or 4 cards in hand. So if he's using a 2k there to do that and take a life from him, it's just going to kill him even faster than stalling out, like keeping it in his hand. So I was okay with that. So you just got to make sure you can get your board set up and make optimal plays with your Dawn, and you should be okay into Nami. Next leader. Okay, here we are into the Purple Penel matchup. He did indeed take the first from us, so this is going to be a little bit harder. We do find a Nico Robin and 2 of these, but that's not good enough. Okay, at least we can find a turn 1 play and 2 Sanji puddings here. So we will Nami. This will help us find a Zoro Juro. We'll pass. So now we have actually our curve in place. See if that helps us do anything. We also have an I Know You're Stronger event. So if he doesn't have any of those +2 costs, we'll be able to keep his secret Penels frozen. Okay, he's gonna go 7/7 here. We'll take no trigger. We'll take the second 7 as well. No trigger. Okay, and then we're just gonna swing 2 here, 5 here, and then play out a Zoro Juro. And then at this point, I think it's better to just take the Gum Gum Giant because we already have 2 Sanji puddings in hand, and if we bottom deck both of these Gum Gum Giants, it might be a little hard to find another one when we need it. So I will take the Gum Gum Giant and pass. Okay, place that secret in now. He's gonna grab something from the top of 5, place the rest on the bottom. I'm gonna trash the Gamma Knife, which is actually good for us. We hate seeing the Gamma Knife come out because then our Sanji puddings are just dead. He's gonna swing 5. We'll give him a 1. Then he's gonna leader ability and play out maybe like a Shura or something. Satori. Okay, now we're at 6. Now we can start putting our Sanji puddings out on the field. And then from here, I think we just go 6, 6, and then play out a Zorojuro. I think that's the best play. Just go really aggro into him. He's probably going to end up taking out our Sanji pudding on the next turn if he has anything to rest it. But I can't really worry about that. It's like it's in the past. Play this out. This way we still have at least some bodies on the field. From here, is it better to take Rush Luffy or another Sanji pudding? Because Rush Luffy will help us go for lethal. Pretty important. But I also think Sanji pudding is just like the whole point, right? Might as well. Because if he does get rid of this one, we'll still have 2 more. Okay, he doesn't. He's just gonna go for stacking these secret Penels. And he keeps grabbing cards, so he's probably building his hand with counter. Trashing a pudding here, so he has the events he needs then, because he wouldn't trash this card. So he's gonna go 6 on Momaragon. Oh, and we find the Nami. This is actually really good. Another 6, we'll give him a 1k. 10. 10, he can have it, right? Yeah, 10, he can have it. We'll definitely swing 2 here. And we're just gonna put Sanji puddings out. Hopefully we can just make this work. Put another one out. We'll just go 6. Go 6. No, do we go 7? We'll start with this 7, and then we'll decide if we want to use it or not. I mean, it's not like am I going to Gum Gum Giant next turn? No. Am I going to use this? No. So we'll just swing 7. $2k, 1k. Okay, and then we pass. Okay, and then if he doesn't use his plus the cost events on these, I'm going to Nami and event them, and then they're going to be cooked for next turn, and then I'll be able to probably get lethal. But we'll have to see. Frankie to draw 2 cards. Lightning Dragon. He's going to freeze this Zorojuro. Shura. Draw a card. Ohm. Okay, that Ohm is going to be annoying because none of my blockers or anything will matter. They'll just be able to rest it with Momaragon. It's using Elthor to get rid of the Nami. Okay, interesting. So we're just gonna go 6. We have to counter here. So he's gonna go 6, and then he's gonna go 7, and then he's gonna go potentially 10-10. So we definitely, I think we do this. Okay, he's going in there, that's fine. Okay, now I know I'm not dying. I'll take this one. And I know I'm not dying. Is he gonna use the plus events? He won't. Okay, so those are gonna stay down. I don't know if he's already used them, if he doesn't have them, or maybe he just forgot. I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna take advantage of this though. Okay, so we definitely could Nami here, freeze these 2, and then just go 7-7, whatever. But then I also could just play this out and set it up for next turn, which I like a little bit more. So I will do that. Okay, we'll do this. Plus. We'll use this to freeze those 2. And then we'll just start swinging. He's used so much already. Alright, what if I go Nami into these two? And then I go 7 here. And then I go 6 here. And then I go 7 here. And then end of turn, restand 5. Okay, like there's nothing he's gonna be able to do to win this, right? Even if he gets rid of this blocker, I have Gum Gum Giant, 2k, 2k, 1k. Like I think I'm fine. And if he does have like double blocker for whatever reason, I don't know what he would have for double blocker, but if he does somehow play out a double blocker, which he doesn't, I would have this Usohachi to get rid of it. Okay, he's drawing El Thor from trash, so he's gonna be able to KO this Nami, but I don't know how that helps him. 8. We'll give 2-1. Freeze. Okay, so he has no Dawn, so I don't need to worry about the Usohachi, so I'll just give him a 2k here. And he just concedes. Yep. That's how you beat purple now. Okay, here we are into the Lucy matchup. We're definitely going to want to take second here. Way better for us, and they like to go second as well. And we have like perfect curves, so we're going to keep this. We have a turn 1 play, into a turn 2 play, into a Sanji Pudding. Maybe even just double Zorojuro and then Sanji Pudding, so he can't play out his Lucy and take this out on curve. Unless we find like a Robin. If we find like a Robin off of this Nami, then maybe we grab that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, he's going to search with his Rebecca. He's going to draw the Cavendish out. He's going to pass. Okay. We find a Gum Gum Giant. Let's see what we find off of this. Okay, I think we take this. Because him on turn 1, so he's going to be on 5 Dawn, and we're going to be able to play this out, and he won't be able to play out his Lucy, or his Sabo on 7. I think this is the card we definitely take here. And then we just, we can't even do anything. Pass. Okay, he's going to use 1 Dawn for an event. He's going to try to search. He's going to draw another Cavendish. He's going to play out another Rebecca. Draw the Sabo. Okay, so he will have it for his 7 Dawn turn, but he won't be able to play it because we're going to be playing this Luffy out. He's going to attach the Dawn for a blocker, and we swing 5, and he swings 5. We'll take this. I'm not really worried about dying too fast to this guy. This is a game of length. Okay, 4 Dawn, so he's only at 3, so it's okay to play this out. We'll just start with a 5 here. Okay, and then we'll play the Zorojuro out. And I think we just take a Gum Gum Giant, right? Bottom decking 2 is not ideal here. And then we'll pass. Let me rearrange my hand real quick. 2Ks, 1Ks. Okay, so he is going to play out the Cavendish. Oh, let's swing 5 while Mamaragon. No, there we go. Another Sanji Pudding. But unfortunately, we're not going to be playing the Sanji Puddings. We're going to be playing this card out. Or do we play... Wait, hold on. If we play Sanji Pudding on 5 and we leader ability... Oh, we can still play it out. Never mind. Okay, we do play this. So we'll have 4 Dawn remaining. So we can still play that out. So we'll go 6. He's going to take the 6. Oh, we're going to swing another 6. He's going to block. And then we're going to play this out. Now, he's going to have to rest one of his Dawn, and he won't be able to play out a Lucy or a Sabo. Bang. Okay, he's going to swing 6 here. Just to get the card draw. Probably give him my Nami, I'm not going to lie. He's going to trash his other one. We'll do that. Okay, what is he going to do with this remaining 6 Dawn? Okay, he's going to play the Leo out. I don't really have any removal. So I don't know if that was the move. Okay, he's gonna attach 2 here, 3. He's gonna swing 8. I'll take an 8. I'll take anything at this point. Yeah, you can have that. I think it's better if you swing into that Zoro Juro, not life. He's gonna pass with 2 up. Okay, we're just gonna keep establishing these guys. Oh, there's the Luna. Okay, now we just need to find like resting cards, like Nami or DMG or something like that. I do want to go into this guy right here. So now what I'm really trying to do is trying to get as many cards as I can out of his hand. That way when he plays his Sabo on his next turn, if he wants to Fire Fist and get rid of one of my Sanji puddings, it's going to make it a little bit more, it'll make it harder on him to actually commit to KOing our Sanji pudding, because he'll have less cards in hand and he has to trash 2 for the effect to go through. Okay, if he's letting a 6 go on that, what does that mean? Let me just try, actually let me try 5. 5 here like this. Okay, he's gonna use an event. Let me swing 7. And then I'll probably just go 7 and then 4 for Zoro Juro. And I'll leave 1 up just in case he has an event that gives him double attack. So we'll go 7. He's gonna take that one. Okay, this is actually kind of make me want to just jam another 7 at him, but I'm not going to. Just gonna play this out. I guess we'll take the rush Luffy. We have enough counter. Put those to the bottom and we'll pass. Okay, so now he actually has a turn he can play his Sabo on, but let's see what he does. 10 cards in hand, so he probably will be able to KO this Sanji pudding over here. I don't know if it's enough though. Okay, he plays it out. Gives double attack. Okay, that's why we left the 1 Dawn up. Just in case he did that. He's gonna play Rebecca. And also, this Gum Gum Giant's gonna search our top 2. Maybe we find a DMG. If we find a DMG or like a Nami blocker, we'll maybe potentially have game next turn. Oh, is he gonna trash some cards to make it higher? He's gonna go 9. I don't know if that matters. I guess I'll get rid of one of these. Go to 10. Oh, we do find the Nami. Okay, we might even have lethal this turn. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, I don't see it, and it's like almost half my deck gone. So we'll swing 5, and then we'll replace it with the Nami. Yeah, I think we do have lethal this turn, and I didn't even get to show off the Luna plays here that we could do. We could continuously stall this guy for multiple turns with our Luna and I Know You're Stronger events, but we were just able to get this Sanji pudding into the Luffy. Oh, where's the Luffy at? This one right here. We got the combo, and he wasn't able to play a Sabo on 7, and it really held him back. Yeah, we just do this though. Bang. Press those 2. Do this. We get all of our Dawn back, and then we can just swing 7s. Okay, so he's using his events to go up to 7. He still needs 1k. Okay, we'll swing another 7. He takes. Alright, I'm just gonna jam. $13. I mean, theoretically, if every single one of these are 2Ks, I lose. So this isn't good math here, but this guy, yeah. GG's. So I guess that was how you get into Lucy.